the police suddenly barged into the 13-year-old boy's room, accusing him of murder. Jamie was terrified, crying out for his father and insisting he didn't do anything. Officer Bass told Jamie he had the right to remain silent. The boy was clearly in shock, having wet his pants. Bass asked if he wanted to change and offered to call his father for help. Meanwhile, the other officers began thoroughly searching the house, rifling through various items, much to the mother's protest. Outside, Jamie was locked in the police car. In the car, Jamie sobbed, repeatedly saying he wanted his father. At the station, heavy iron doors were opened, the hallway air smelling of disinfectant. At the booking desk, Jamie answered questions, his voice so low the police couldn't make out what he was saying. As a minor, he needed an appropriate adult present. Jamie wanted his father, but due to regulations, his father was confined to a separate room. Unable to be near him, Jamie was then taken to a holding cell. The police found Jamie's parents, but with no familiar lawyer, they had to accept the free counsel provided by the station. Upon learning their son had chosen his father as the accompanying adult for the interrogation and blood draw, the father readily agreed. After the police gave some instructions, Jamie's parents waited in the break room for updates, firmly believing their child was innocent. For an ordinary family that had never been to a police station, such an accusation was beyond their comprehension. During Jamie's physical examination, his father stayed by his side the entire time. On the lawyer's advice, they refused the police request to access Jamie's phone. However, in addition to routine checks and blood tests by a female nurse, the officers demanded a strip search of Jamie. Despite the father's vehement protests that this humiliated the minor, he was told it was within their legal investigative rights. In the cramped medical room, Miller had to witness two burly men in rubber gloves repeatedly touch his son's body. At that moment, a father's rage and an ordinary man's helplessness intertwined in his heart, yet he could only watch, powerless to act. When the search ended and Jamie changed into clothes provided by the police, the father's back was soaked in cold sweat. He silently vowed that once the matter was cleared up, he would file complaints against every officer involved. Next was the time for the lawyer, Paul, to communicate with Jamie and his father. Despite enduring multiple horrors within an hour, the clever Jamie, reminded by the lawyer, still understood which questions he could answer and which he could refuse.